Chapter number 13, AC circuits. Here we have to study AC voltage applied to an inductor. Consider an alternating EMF E applied to an inductor of inductance L through key K. The instantaneous EMF E is given by E is equal to E naught sine omega t. This is equation number 1. Now when the key K is closed, current in an inductor increases. This increases magnetic flux linked with an inductor coil, and which causes an induced EMF in it. The direction of induced EMF E dash opposes applied EMF E. To maintain current I in this inductive circuit, induced EMF E dash must be equal and opposite to applied EMF. Therefore, E is equal to minus E dash. Induced EMF E dash opposes applied EMF, and to maintain current in the circuit, induced EMF must be equal and opposite to applied EMF. Further, therefore, E is equal to minus bracket minus L di by dt. Since E dash is equal to minus L di by dt according to the concept of self-inductance. Therefore, E is equal to minus plus L di by dt. Now rearranging the terms, we get di is equal to E upon L dt. Now substituting the value of E from equation number 1, we get di equal to E naught sine omega t upon L dt. Now integrating both the sides, integration di equal to integration E naught sine omega t divided by L dt. Now here E naught and L are constants, and we have to take out of integration sign. Therefore, integration of di equal to E naught upon L integration of sine omega t dt. Integration of di is I equal to E naught upon L. Now here integration of sine omega t dt is minus cos of omega t upon omega. Further, therefore, I is equal to E naught upon omega L. Minus sign can be taken ahead of E naught into cos of omega t. Therefore, I is equal to minus E naught upon omega L. Now according to trigonometric relation, cos of omega t is sine of pi by 2 minus omega t. Therefore, I is equal to, now here minus sine of pi by 2 minus omega t is sine of omega t minus pi by 2. So therefore I is equal to E naught upon omega L into sine omega t minus pi by 2. Therefore, I is equal to I naught into sine of omega t minus pi by 2. This is equation number 2. Here I naught is equal to E naught upon omega L. This is equation number 3. Now from equation 1 and equation 2, it is clear that EMF E leads current I by pi by 2 radians. That is, EMF is ahead of current by pi by 2 radians. Now using equations 1 and 2, we can obtain different values of EMF E and current I corresponding to different values of omega t, and we can plot a graph of E or I against omega t. We get sine curves as shown in figure B. Solid sine curve represents variation of E with omega t, while dotted sine curve represents variation in the value of instantaneous current I with omega t. From this graph, it can be seen that at an instant when current is 0, EMF is maximum. This shows that EMF leads the current by pi by 2 radians. Figure C shows phasor diagram for purely inductive circuit. Here the phasor representing peak EMF E naught makes an angle omega t in anti-clockwise direction from the horizontal axis. Here the voltage leads the current by pi by 2 radians. That is, current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2 radians, and so that the phasor representing peak current I naught is turned in a clockwise direction so as to make an angle of 90 degree with the direction of phasor representing E naught. Let us study inductive reactance. From equation 3, I naught is equal to E naught upon omega L. Therefore, omega L is equal to E naught upon I naught equal to E naught by under root 2 divided by I naught by under root 2. Here numerator and denominators are divided by under root 2. Therefore, omega L is equal to E RMS upon I RMS. This is equation number 4. Here, E naught upon under root 2 is the value of E RMS, while I naught upon under root 2 is the value of I RMS. Now this equation is similar to Ohm's law equation, and thus the quantity omega L represents effective opposition, that is resistance of an inductor to the flow of current through it. It is called inductive reactance and denoted by XL. Therefore, XL is equal to omega L equal to twice pi FL, since omega is equal to twice pi f, where f is frequency of AC. This is equation number 5. From equation 4, the inductive reactance of an inductor can be defined as the ratio of RMS voltage across an inductor to the RMS current passing through it. Now again from equation 5, it is clear that inductive reactance is directly proportional to frequency in DC circuit. That is, if DC voltage is applied across an inductor instead of AC source, then in that case frequency of DC is 0. F is equal to 0, so that XL is equal to 0. This indicates that inductor does not offer any opposition to the DC. However, inductor opposes AC, and this opposition increases with increase in frequency of AC. Here we should note the SI unit of an inductive reactance is ohm.